Alright, time for another part of... Oh, excuse me for a moment. Sorry about that, I'm just parched after that Nintendo Direct. There's just so much salt. Oh man, I just couldn't really handle it, man. But anyway, yeah, that was exciting, but unfortunately today we'll be turning our attention towards a lord who does not transform into a dragon. No part of him can transform into a dragon, not even his hands. I mean, Marth, I guess he's cool, you know, he's a shining beacon of hope. He's so kind, he doesn't want anything bad to happen to anyone, but his hands can't turn into dragons. Ah well. Anyway, today we have kind of a unique chapter. Now, there have been chapters in the series before that have focused more on Ballistae, but I can't really recall any that have been made, like, this distinctly for it. Because we've got a lot of cover, but if we take the cover route, then we won't be able to proceed that quickly, and we might just get hit anyway. That being said, the open road can also be dangerous as well. The stone heists aren't the worst just because those are pretty inaccurate, but hoist flames? Gonna have to worry about those. Again, there have definitely been chapters that have been built where ballistas are pretty much the main focus or main danger of them, but I'm pretty sure there haven't been any that are just like roads like this. Can think of a few. But yeah, this one is fairly unique no matter what, even if I'm forgetting one that's kinda similar. Oh, Marth's getting pretty confident right here. He does have a point though. Provided we don't get turned into Swiss cheese from a distance, we'll kick their asses up close even though they generally actually have some pretty good defense. Now, you might have noticed a character over there by the name of Astrum. He is the reason we've brought Medea here today, which I like Medea and all, but she wouldn't be my first choice because my team's going to be fairly full and I don't exactly have room for her in the long run, which is a bit of a shame because she's cool, but I've got other paladins, so it's not the worst thing. I'm also going to want to take Jake in here just because being able to take care of other guys from a distance, good idea. Ballistae, of course, can't counterattack as well, which definitely helps out. Now, this is extremely risky because basically everyone's going to be targeting Medea. I can send some of my healers in and just hope that draws a bit of fire, because usually they'll go for the healers. And there is actually a pretty good chance they'll just dance their way out of it. Because Lena, she's actually decent at dodging at times. Unless I really need her to be decent at dodging, in which case she's terrible. That being said, though, here she shouldn't be targeted too much, and that guy's going for Navarre for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, and it goes without saying, but, flying units, not useful in this chapter. Because even though they do have good movement, they can't move fast or far enough to actually counter these guys all that well, and the aerospates can move into them. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's Astrum, who is actually Medea's lover. He very nearly killed Medea! Hey, moron! You almost killed your fiancée or whatever. Oh my god, alright. Medea, smack him upside the head. Hello, my lover. Thanks for just stabbing me with a sword. That would end most relationships, but apparently they're just so close they can forgive stabbing. How could you not have heard? And also, are you blind as well? Yeah, dance their fiddle. Certainly I noticed it was you, but could not do anything about it at all. Let's just forget that happened. And almost killed you. Like, if that stone heist had hit in the beginning, Medea would have been dead. So, thanks, Astrum. Thanks a whole lot. That's the other danger here. He can just straight up murder his own lover. Anyway, Astrum. Oddly enough, Astrum here actually has some pretty decent skill. Considering his eyesight, I didn't think he would be all that accurate. That being said, Astrum would probably qualify as a glass cannon. He's got some great HP and strength. That being said, his speed, really bad. His defense, very bad as well, so in that regard, he's pretty lackluster, but he can at least survive a few hits. Probably. If you keep your fingers crossed. Yep, that's Astrum. He's alright, but I don't want to use him. I don't particularly like the guy as the character. That being said, though, we also have that village over there, which probably also has a new character as well. So, who is it? Well, we're gonna know in just a moment. First, I'd like to take care of this guy. Can just barely do so. As I said, these guys have some surprisingly good defense. They're pretty hardy, so gotta be careful around those guys. But, anyway, alright. I can't figure that out till next turn. There is a conversation we can have with Astrum, but, we'll have to put that off, because personally, I'd prefer to take care of this guy first. Just barely not gonna kill him unless you want to get a critical. No, of course. Not even an apology critical. Honestly, is that even true love? If you can't critical for your lover, are you really even trying? Look, Navari doesn't even love anyone, but he's still got a crits. Honestly, the nerve of some people. Oh well, I guess we can't worry too much about it. I mean, that is an extra ballista which will be attacking me, and I don't exactly care for that, but hey, whatever. I mean, I'm still recording this, so if I died, then you wouldn't be seeing this footage. Alright, and unfortunately, I don't think Linda is going to come in much use here, just because I could send her forward, but I think that'd be a little too risky. Pretty much, Cavaliers are your best friend. They're always pretty hardy, and they have great movement. Fighters have a lot of HP, but if they're targeted too much, then they can't really do much about dodging. And again, Flyers, terrible. Thieves aren't the best either, though. Archers are also pretty bad, just because they have no movement. Hunters, though, they're actually not bad. Oh, very nice indeed. Thank you, board, for having high skill. But yeah, Caster, he hasn't actually promoted yet, so he could be doing a little better. I mean, he's better than Gordon, because Gordon has just sweet FA in terms of actual movement, which sucks, but hey, what are you gonna do? Well, not use him, and that's my personal strategy. Potentially dumb idea, nope, just shrug it off. Casually dodge, whistle, whistle, whistle. And of course, the child just gets shot in the face by a gigantic arrow. I get incredibly lucky, and those thieves are too late. Alright, so, guess we'll just move. We'll go to the village first. Alright, who do we got? Oh my god, you're Beck! Well, no, I don't see, because I don't even know what battle you're talking about, but hey, if you're volunteering to help, then sure, you can help me all you want. Because quite frankly, see that other Ballistician over there? His name's Jake, and he's a bit of an ass. Now, while I prefer Beck here, technically speaking, Jake does have better stats. For some reason, Beck's best growth rate is speed, which he really doesn't need. Now, he does start with some fantastic defense, and his defense rate isn't the worst. It could be 5 or 10%, to be completely fair. The other good thing about Beck is that he also starts with the Thunderbolts, which are a very good ballista weapon that is effective against other ballistas. Now, if you really want to, you could just give that to Jake, but why would you want to use Jake? You just look at him. He's Jake, unlike Beck. Look at Beck. It's pretty good, right? Yeah. Alright, so now that Future Me has described Beck, let's just get around to crushing this guy. Now, there is one problem with Beck in this chapter, and that's the fact that he can't actually cross that terrain right there, see that little rocky wall, meaning he is stuck in that forest for the entire chapter. Which again, kinda sucks, but honestly, shoot, I already forgot the Thunder Arrows names, but whatever they're called, they're damn good. Like, I really want to abuse them, because they help so much in chapters like this where there are ballisticians everywhere, but it's really rare to come by ballista bullets. Now, there is one place you can shop for them, but it's very few and far between. Now, of course, like Jake, Beck can be extremely broken. It's just I actually prefer to use him because, again, he didn't kill Seda, so I like the cut of his jib better. That being said, though, he also does start with a superior weapon, I feel, just because it's got a very interesting type advantage. I said type advantage as though this were Pokemon, but it's not. Either way, though, yeah, the fact that you can kill other ballisticians easily from a distance really makes him good. Now, you could just take that and give it to Jake once you get it, but no. No, instead, Jake's going to be giving his ballista bullets to Beck, and then Beck is actually going to be a pretty permanent member of my team. And again, these guys can be very broken, and now we're actually going to see why, now that I have a character that I actually prefer using. And trust me, he's going to make quick work of a lot of enemies. Again, just be careful you don't abuse him too much, because you might quickly find yourself running out of ballista bolts. And you wouldn't want that now, would you? No, because that would mean you wouldn't be able to use the ballista. Also, not too many enemy ballistas actually drop their weapons upon defeat, which is really weird. I can't believe you can't shoot a ballista from the distance and then its weapon will just fly at your face from miles away. And oh, hey, right, yeah, this guy's a ballista user, so he can also fire at us. Nope. Whatever. Oh no, the boss, whatever will I do? Dodge. You know, now that I look at it, Thunderbolt looks pretty painful. It's just an explosion of electricity, but apparently that's not that damaging unless you're in another Ballistai. And I really would rather not waste a Thunderbolt on a thief. Because you don't have much, shoot, what's the word? You don't have many bolts. It's actually bothering me that I can't remember it. Durability, that's it. How do I remember words? It's difficult. Alright, take care of you. You might not want to use Astrum too much, actually, just because that Silver Sword might come in handy. I mean, Silver Swords aren't the most rare thing, but, you know, you still might want to just keep its durability just in case. Definitely don't use the Worm Slayer, though. I mean, there's no reason to do so at the moment, but you might just use it for the hell of it, and that would definitely be a waste. And you don't want to waste it, do ya? I don't think so. Worm Slayers are good just because dragons can be tough opponents. I mean, it's kind of weird that he'd have one right now, because Bantu ain't with us. And yeah, I'll go after this guy. Make sure he can't heal anyone. But yeah, unless you're using Bantu, which, to be honest, I can't imagine you would be doing that by this point. There's really no reason to. Yeah, Astrum's sword is just completely useless in this context. And Navarre's not getting anywhere anyway. But you're NPCs, so you're not that good. Oh, darn it, Camus. If only you hadn't done that, then we could have NPC units with us. Well, actually, technically speaking, given the reserve units exist, that is true, but at the same time, reserve units are terrible, and you're probably never even going to see them anyway. I mean, if it weren't for the fact that I had to do the guidance chapters for this LP, I wouldn't have ever seen them. Yeah, no, I'm not wasting Thunderbolts that quickly. You'd kinda have to try to already be out of them, though. Alright, well, I think Board will draw in a few shots. I think he'll be able to take him. And not much else I can really do, unless I want to put Lena in direct danger, which, at half health, I'd rather not. Especially since one of the ballista users is the boss, and I did make fun of him before, but the Pachyderm, pretty strong actually. Aerospate, not so much, especially since I don't have a flyer. You're really not helping yourself. In Stone Hoist, no, just no. I suppose I should probably get that conversation soon. I kind of like it, even though I don't like Astrum, for one particular reason. The conversation itself. There are many reasons I don't like Astrum, but we won't go over them right now because, to be fair, we did go over most of them beforehand. You know, like the fact that he's an idiot. And you've seen what I do to my allies, right? Heads will roll. That's like his catchphrase or something. Did somebody drink the milk right out from the carton? I swear if I find out who did this, heads will roll. Laugh track. Why was there laughing? I was serious. I will literally murder someone over this milk. Mainly because I don't cry over spilt milk, I kill over it! Anyway, yeah, that's enough of Astrum for the time being. And for a very, very long time, because I'm not going to be using him ever. I mean, I have Ogma, so why would I need another hero? I mean, Ogma's only a mercenary at the moment, but it doesn't really matter that much. Alright, well, if not for the fact that the boss has a lot of defense, this would pretty much be over. I probably would be able to kill him with Ogma, but I don't think Ogma's going to be doing much damage here. And unfortunately, I don't have that much confidence getting Linde over. Let's see. Ooh, jeez, yeah. Bring it on, Grigus. You made a Grigus error. Egregious error. I tried, alright. Oh, jeez, yeah. Sorry, Medea, you're gonna have to sit this one out, because you ain't doing any damage, and I'm not sending Maria in, because she will get killed. Very, very badly. Some pretty good weapons here. Always make sure to pick up some steel weapons just in case you need them. Silver weapons, though, not so much. Usually the ones I find, like dropping off of enemies or from chests or something like that, those usually suffice, because I don't like using silver weapons too frequently. It's only when I absolutely need them. And, will Board be okay? Probably. He can take another hit. He's fine. He's hardy. Oh, well. He healed all that off. Okay, well. Board wasn't as fine as I thought he would be if he had been hit. He would have been quite dead had he been hit, but thankfully I've been getting pretty lucky even with some 60s right here. Now, you might actually want to trade around the arrows right there. Just have Bet give Marth the arrows into the convoy, and then give them to Jake so that Jake can use the Thunderbolt, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to give him any experience. That being said, though, Board is pretty strong. Ugh. His skill, though, isn't as good as it is in New Mystery of the Emblem. Just because he didn't have 100 accuracy there. Oh man, Board's skill is ridiculously good in New Mystery of the Emblem. It's just that his speed is so very terrible. So very terrible. How do you know the prince can fight? I don't think he was even in any battles here. Ooh. Though if Camus is coming up on us, that's not good. Okay, greatest warrior alive. Don't overestimate him. Because, I mean, he's good, but he wasn't that good. He could get killed pretty easily in the one chapter, BS chapter. Oh boy, let's not think about that one though. We have completed that chapter long, long ago, so, you know, we can just ignore it for the time being. It's all in the past except for Camus, who still has to remember that because that's the day where he acted on his beliefs, and although Nina was saved, he was horribly, savagely beaten and humiliated, and now to this day he still fights for the enemy, which he doesn't even believe in. I mean, it's not a huge victory. I mean, I didn't even have to speed up anything, and it was still 20 minutes long. It's a pretty short chapter. Oh look, Marth's almost growing as a character. Except not really, because he's just stating it now and it's not really gonna turn into anything. I still like this plot point though. Before he's actually super kind and merciful, he's actually kind of angry at stuff. One day, Marth, you'll be a paragon of righteousness. Just not today, because you're going to be a bit of an angsty teen, which is fair considering your entire country was taken over and your entire family was murdered. I can kind of understand where you're coming from with that.